Welcome to essential number 2. So this is where we're going to look at understanding your Shopify account. We're going to sit back and we're basically going to see how easy and simple to use this system really is. And I'm just going to give you a helicopter view. Of course, during the course, we're going to delve into all kinds of aspects of this. But at the moment, I just want you to feel comfortable with everything that we're about to get stuck into. Now, none of this is going to make any sense, of course, if you haven't done the essential number 1, where you actually set up your Shopify free trial. So if you haven't done that, please go back and do that and come and join me. Okay, so what we're looking at here is the admin system, or the back end, as I sometimes refer to it in some of my lectures. Now, what this is if you imagine, let's say, a small store, just to make an analogy. The back office is that bit that you don't see when you walk into the store. You know, it's perhaps the person in the back room who's processing orders, who's gathering products, who's dealing with inventory, that kind of stuff, right? So this is the equivalent of that, in the virtual world that we're in. So Shopify's provided you with this fantastic backend to manage everything, and it's given you the bare bones of a storefront, a shop window, an actual shop if you like, which you can see if you come down here and you click on this little eye, and it will open up the store that you currently have. Now we're going to get into all of this, okay? As we go through the course, you're going to become an expert in all these areas, believe it or not. But right now, just, gather that piece of information. We've got a website that's already up for us, thanks to Shopify. And back here, we have our back end. And those two things are going to move together as we build out our store. Now, before we delve into some of the details of exactly how this works, I just wanted to draw your attention to what you'll be looking at now, which is select a plan and how many days you have left of your free trial. Now, I don't want you to take any notice of this at the moment. There's no need to select a plan. Obviously, Shopify is a business. Obviously, there's a paying part to Shopify, which they're very keen for you to get involved with as soon as possible. But we've got a free trial here. We want to get the full benefit of it, and I will take you through the plans at a later stage during the course. Okay? So let's get into just a little bit of detail about exactly how this admin system is laid out. So as I'm sure you've gathered already, over here we have a menu, and over here we have the screen, which is obviously going to pop up depending on what we select in our menu. And up the top here, we have a search bar, which if you click on it, you're going to be able to search whatever you want throughout the admin system. So let's have a look at the logic of this menu here on the left-hand side, which you're going to get very, very familiar with as we go through this course. Now, the idea is that at the top here, you have a bunch of things which are basically common to any kind of e-commerce activity you might do. All right. So every e-commerce activity is going to have orders. There are going to be products for sale. There are going to be customers. There'll also be analytics to look at and apps and things which we'll get into later. But certainly orders, products and customers. It doesn't matter what you do in e-commerce or in commerce in general, those three things are going to be common throughout. So that's why they're up there in that top menu. Now, as we come down, we have this title here, which is sales channels. Okay, and we currently have one sales channel, an online store. In other words, there's one way for people to buy things from our business right now, and that's through an online store. And this course is going to be focused on building an online store because that's where 99% of your sales are probably going to come from. But you can add other sales channels. If I were to click on this, up pops this window where there are other places where I could actually place my products. I could put them on Amazon. I could create a buy button on some websites. I could put it on BuzzFeed. I could put a button on Facebook. You can see that these are sales channels. They're points of contact. There are ways that people are going to see our products in different areas. And again, we'll get into all of this stuff. So that's what we have here. We have one sales channel, which is our online store. And then way down the bottom here, we have settings. Now, settings are something that people tend to overlook when they first set up their Shopify store. They'll get into adding products and making the store look pretty, and then they'll get problems down the road, and they don't understand why. And it's often because the settings haven't been done properly. So we're going to get into that. We're going to get into the whole settings thing as the next section of this course. So congratulations, you've got Shopify set up here. You've got your first good idea of how this whole admin system is going to work, and you're on your first step to becoming a Shopify guru.